hopefully not making any promises. A ray of sun pierces your eyelid and you waken with a violent start, shaking yourself out of bed. When you glance at the wind-up clock on your right nightstand, you realize you've overslept and are 45 minutes late to meeting Heather in the supply room. You throw on clothes and rush downstairs to find her already packed for the trip. Her hair is braided and pulled back under a solid red Philadelphia Phillies baseball cap, and she wears a long-sleeved camel-colored shirt with blue jeans that appear brand new. "What took you so long?" Heather asks in a snarky voice. "I haven't shot anything in months. I want to get going." "Well, all right then, let's just go." "We'll go when I'm ready, or you can go without me." "Sorry, I'm moving as fast as I can." "Yeah, we're there." Oh, I get what she means. "We're gonna go out looking for food." She says she hasn't shot anything. "So therefore, we're going hunting." "Well, I'm just pumped up for today, and if I get out of control, just slap me." "Huh. You're carrying 10 pounds and you carry a max of around 25. Okay, I will carry my shotgun. And in case we're going at nighttime, I will carry night vision goggles." "Yes, I do. I met the weight limit." Yes, I am good with my... Am I? Am I okay with my inventory? Yeah, I guess. The old pine woods is bathed in summer heat, and your skin is already coated in sweat from walking the short stretch of the cathedral doors to the forest tree line. Stagnant air hangs around you. Insects follow you for a short distance, buzzing and swirling. The smell of pine is pungent in the woods. You hike up your gear and prepare for the long trek. Walking in the forest, you figured it was best to have a weapon out in case of trouble. What weapon do you use? Clearly, I only have my shotgun. Well, on the outskirts of the forest, Heather keeps relatively quiet. When you ask about her silence, she explains her fear of attracting zombies who wander the area. But as the morning sets on and boredom overtakes her, she gets chatty and complains about the heat, the lack of a breeze, the persuasive pine smell. I love the smell of pine. I don't know why, but I just do. Don't judge me. The weight of her backpack, the tightness of her new jeans she found in Carl's old room. Why? And the lack of anything good to eat in the last few weeks. Surprisingly, she adds on how thankful she is for having her brother and her best friend around. Having food at all is the safety of the cathedral and a chance today to get outside and possibly shoot something. 3 hours into the trip, you find a rare set of rabbit tracks and follow them as solid 30 miles back to a little hovel under a patch of moss. Heather surprises you with her survival abilities, which she explains she acquired in trips to the wilderness with her family growing up. Forgot I even knew how to find the tracks until we were out here. It's like talking to Jason. Sometimes I forget how much I hate it until it's happening again. Let's figure out a way to get Bugs Bunny out of his hole. We could smoke him out. Whoa! Look over there, she says and crouches behind a tree. You follow her motion and take up a position behind a nearby thorny, bushy, peering out in a direction she points. A pair of human legs jut from a large rock with the body hidden by the obstacle. The figure's feet are bare and the legs are not moving. Heather snaps her fingers and you glance over. She mouths the word, "Go check it out," and you gesture for her to join you. And she shakes her head, no, with vigorous snaps of her neck. You grit your teeth and shuffle forward. Grab her hand and yank her out from the cover of the rock. She punches your bicep, causing you to let her arm go. But she takes out a rifle and aims at the legs. You raise the barrel of the shotgun and you prepare for the event that this figure lying down is hostile. Heather leans into you and whispers, "Maybe we should just keep going. No need to risk getting attacked. Chances are there's no rabbit in the hole anyway, so why stick around?" From this distance, you see no indications that the body is a zombie. No yellowing of the skin, no green lesions, no involuntary leg movements. "I agree, it is risky," you whisper back to Heather. "But the body looks dead, real dead, and the risk is worth the possible reward." "Okay, fine, we check the body, and if it's dead, we get the rabbit. If that leg moves, you kill whoever or whatever it's attached to and look for me north." You step out from your hiding place and sidestep left while taking baby steps forward. Moving in this arc, you hope to gain a better line of sight with the figure. The legs are unmoving and appear to be in a state of decay and lack telltale signs of being attached to a zombie. The bare feet are scaly and gray. Flies buzz around the body. Frayed brown pants are dried stains, and most likely blood. The gray skin of the belly and torso comes into view, which reveals the figure as a man. The head has the same gray skin, with parts of the skull showing through the lower jaw. As you step closer, another figure is visible beside the man, though the body is face down. Her shape suggests it as a female. With curly blonde hair streaked with dirt and mud, she only wears a bra and short pants. Blech. Maggots cover her upper back and expose dark muscle, ligament, and bone show through the writhing white mass. Oh no. Now I feel awful. Circling the rock for a better view of the... Oh, my eye went blurry. A better view of the bodies, you make the astonishing realization that they are River and Star, the couple who sought refuge in the cathedral but were turned away by your group. Holy crap, Heather says. It's those hippies. You move in closer, but Heather grabs your shoulder. There's nothing we can do for them now. I'm not crying. There's something in my eye. I wish there was, but her voice trails, and you realize for once she is at a loss for words. Bury them. Though you have no shovels or tools to dig, you use hands to move dry dirt in a long oval shape between the two tall pine trees. Are you sure you want to? Heather says, but her voice trails. I know it's the right thing to do, but... Your fingers plunge into the earth and pull out the fine dirt. The summer sun burns down, and even through the shade of the trees, you feel the sweltering heat. Sweat quickly coats your skin, and you peer down at the new hole you created, only an inch deep so far, and know this will be an arduous task. Beside you, Heather kneels and takes part in the digging, cupping her small hands and piling deep off to the side. You smile, and she nods back at you and winks. An hour later, the hole is nearly a foot deep. You feel this as large a space as your strength will allow you to dig. You and Heather roll the two corpses into the shallow pit and proceed to cover the bodies with dirt. You are able to kick and shove the pile with your feet, and Heather joins you once again. It takes 20 more minutes to finish. And though it isn't the best job, you feel some degree of humanity has been restored by burying River and Star. You stand at the foot of the newly made grave and lower your head. You are only immortal, the creator and maker of all, and we are immortal, formed of the earth, and to earth we shall return. For so you did ordain when you created us, saying, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Heather raises her hand and touches your shoulder, and the two of you continue on through the silent forest. The first half of the trip was a success, as you and Heather find fruit trees, several animal holes, and a few varieties of non-poisonous snakes. You even locate a beehive and collect a few ounces of honey before being chased away. Given that the forest has been lacking food in the last few months, it seems restocked in time for this excursion. The sun hangs high overhead, and the woods seem to trap in the heat like an oven. You and Heather stop for lunch under the shade of several linden trees, which are rare in these woods. Their tall, plumy leaves provide a blanket of shadow in which you sit. A soft breeze flows through their leaves, a sweet smell that offers some comfort on such a physically rigorous day. As you have lunch, Heather strikes up a conversation after discussing the recent weather and the trip so far. You decide to... just ask her? Yeah. I can't help think this is partly our fault. I'd be a fool to say it wasn't, but else I'm a realist. We have to worry about our own survival first and can't take in many refugees. This isn't rainbow and sunshine world. This is the apocalypse. We need to treat it that way. Heather leans in back against a tree and looks up. I know you generally are a good person and may feel responsible for their deaths, but we won't have the luxury of feeling guilt anymore. All I care about now is surviving zombie exodus. I'll do it, however, and without whoever wants to join me. But in terms of River and Star, I feel really terrible that they are gone, but I don't regret rejecting them from the cathedral. If that makes me a bitch, well... Her voice drifts off. The reality is that River and Star would most likely be alive today had they been allowed to join your group of survivors. Whether they would have been assets to the group or led to a demise in the survival of the group is unknown. I feel dumb. I think I'm going to end the conversation. Heather stands and starts cleaning up. She folds a blanket and lifts her backpack, letting you know it's best to move on and get back to the cathedral before dusk. As the sun crosses over the old pine woods for its nightly descent, and you and Heather decide to head back to the cathedral, you pick up your pace to make it back by nightfall. The day's work was better than expected, and with the small game and berries and plants you've foraged, the survivors will have a few more days of food. I need to pee, Heather says in a matter-of-fact tone, and she steps off the path behind a bush. That's not a good idea. Left alone, you listen to the sounds of the woods, the hum of insects, the chirping of crickets, the slow whistle of wind, and the distant call of birds. The forest seems alive again, like all things native before the outbreak have returned. In fact, you've crossed no zombies nor bandits, and wonder if the world has turned back in time. Come here, Heather calls out in whispers, and you turn to see her crouched behind a tree, zipping her jeans, a look of confusion and surprise on her face. You hurry over, and she waves you behind a row of bushes into a small clearing where lie the signs of a well-hidden campsite. Long green mesh mosquito nets hang from tall branches and are covered in foliage to camouflage what lies behind. One end hangs down to reveal the camp. A few blankets are laid out to provide flooring. A backpack and duffel bag are pushed against a tree, and a pit with a few pieces of charcoal is set outside the blankets. A pot is upturned beside a folded quilt, and you smell garlic and onions. A coloring book showing comic styles of animals is open near the quilt, and two small Barbie dolls sit on the cover. The clothes immaculate, hair straight and long. Heather kneels beside the pit and waves a hand over the clothes like a sorceress casting a spell. The pit's still warm. They must not be far. What should we do? Oh, wow. I mean, what if they come back? They're going to need this stuff to survive. That's my leg. Sorry. I'm uncomfortable now. Now I'm fidgeting. Okay. I guess we're going to look through it, because, it's... Heather starts rummaging through the duffel bag while you check the area near the quilt. Under the pot are several overripe apples, and you take one from the pit and eat it while you place the rest in your backpack along with the pot. Under the quilt are several ladies' shirts and a pair of blue overalls which will fit you or any of the women at the cathedral. About a dozen cans of food and containers of dry fruit in here. Some men's clothes, a toothbrush, and an old straight razor. Fresh water. Check this knapsack. She tosses you the bag. Inside are several family life magazines, a few classic novels, a field army survival guide, clothing for a toddler, several packs of batteries, and a diary. Inside pouches are several bags of raisins and assorted nuts. You pick through all the items and take the survival guide, batteries, all food, and the adult clothes. Opening the diary, you read it belongs to Catherine Reese. Catherine! I'm so sorry, Catherine. And out of curiosity, you take the diary to read later. Oh, Jesus, why? Okay, Catherine, I am so sorry in advance. As Heather finishes packing, you notice movement to the south behind a pile of broken branches. Which you now realize was kindling used by this campfire fires. You raise your shotgun and track the motion. Before you have a chance to warn Heather of potential danger, you spot a dog scamper from behind the kindling. You immediately recognize him as a German Shepherd, with a sharp muzzle and black nose, long tan and black hair with a solid dark mask on his face. His large ears pop straight up, and his large eyes watch you. Large ears. His tongue hangs out as he pants, and his body is thin. No, I hate it. I don't want to read anything about that kind of stuff. As he takes another step, you see his left front paw is slightly injured and dried blood speckles the fur. He creeps forward but stops a few feet away. Yeah, I'm going to call him over. You crouch down and pat your knees. Come here, boy. What? Heather says in a confused tone. She glances over as the dog saunters forward and stands before you. Where did that come from? She asks. It wandered out from behind the pile of branches. Well, be careful. It may have rabies or something. Not much of a dog person? You ask rhetorically as you examine the dog. Around his neck is a collar with a tiny silver skull and named Toby on the tag. Yep, not much of a cat person either. Come to think of it, I'm not much of a people person. Oh, well then. Heather starts on the path to the cathedral, and you follow behind. Toby walks by. Oh, the dog's following. Toby walks by your side, his head hung low. Of course, I'm going to let the dog follow. I'm going to let him follow us. You take a sliver of dried meat from your backpack and hold it near Toby's mouth. He snatches it from your hand and greedily chews it up. Slobber spills from his mouth. He barks and holds his head up high, tongue out and tail wagging. Yes. Oh, Lord, that thing is coming with us, Heather says. His name is Toby. The dog barks. Well, if you see any zombies, hopefully they'll try to eat him first. Oh my God, no, why? No. Oh, this is so real. Of course. Okay, moving on. You and Heather travel through the forest as the sun descends and the night casts its hazy shadow over the land. Thunder rolls in the distance and flashes of orange pierce the growing darkness in the light black trail underfoot. And light the black trail. Okay. All around me are familiar faces. Fireflies dance through the trees and sparkle like stars. Your new friend Toby stayed close by your side. Though the day was long, you feel invigorated by the night air. Back at the cathedral, the group is ecstatic at your news and finding food in the woods. With the number of survivors in the cathedral, you estimate adding an additional 4 days of food to storage. Everyone is equally excited by the new addition to the cathedral, Toby. Uncle Lou sets out bowls of water and some leftover scraps of meat. Candace and Emma take immediate shine to the dog, who returns attention in kind. Though if you call his name, Toby immediately comes to your side. Oh my God. Since you don't want to break the happy mood, you struggle with whether or not to tell the group that you found River and Star dead in the woods. However, Heather blurts it out, so the two of you describe the macabre scene. God damn it, Heather. Continue. July 22nd, 2012. The gathering is cold and silent as you consume a meager meal of mixed fruit, cup, and canned sardines. Dude. The latter being only barely rotten, you cut away the spoiled areas of the fish and swallow the rest without chewing. The pungent smell of the meal ends with a wave of nausea, and though you feel you may vomit, you stifle it down so as not to waste the food. Luckily, recent rainstorms have replenished some of your water supply, so you wash away the taste with some fresh water. By your side sits Toby, his mouth open and tongue hanging, always looking for some morsel. You cup a sardine in your hand and hold it out, and instantly are left with a wet palm and a grinning dog. Yay! The heavy clump of footsteps rings through the sanctuary hall, and Uncle Lou appears in the archway. A hunting rifle in hand, he lays it over a counter and checks out other canned and preserved foods on the shelves. Care for some company, he asks. Of course. Uncle Lou settles next to you with a jar of olives, a jar of pickled eggs, and a half-full sleeve of saltine crackers. This place is becoming a ghost town. Pretty soon we'll see tumble sauce in here, Uncle Lou says as he munches on a fistful of crackers. Ugh, English. Do you mean tumbleweeds or tumble salt? What did I say? He asks with his eyebrows raised in a look of confusion. You said tumble sauce, like something you pour on pasta. No, I mean those bushy things that roll on the ground in the Old West. Tumble salts. Oh my God. Having no energy to correct the man, you continue your meal. Let's go outside. I want to talk and do some hunting, kinda. It's a beautiful summer day outside the cathedral, and as you join Uncle Lou in his parking lot, you are amazed at the brightness of the sunlight without the accompanying heat or humidity. Perfect beach weather. Yeah, let's go to the beach. Your dreams of swimming in salt water and sunbathing are quickly removed as a trio of zombies hobble along the road leading out of the cathedral, all dressed in tattered military uniforms, their skin gray and blotchy from lack of food and days in the sun. One of them is well decorated with pins and stripes, which you envision is the leader of the pair. Even their walking pattern, a loose triangle with a decorated soldier in front, denotes their rank. More and more of them every day. I figured we can make a game of it. 20 points a kill, what do you think? Uncle Lou says, wrapping his rifle strap around his left arm and propping it on a low tree stump. Yeah, sure, I'll play. The zombies march 50 yards away and your position is 10 yards raised on the hill overlooking the road. I didn't bring a weapon, Uncle Lou, he said. He smiles and opens the back of the Dodge van. Inside you see rifles, a submachine gun, and other firearms. Take your pick, he says. You select... Oh, nice. Okay, I'll choose the AR-15 rifle. Uncle Lou leans over the hood of a recently acquired station wagon and he waits for you to join them. On the count of 3, Uncle Lou says. 1, 2, 3. His rifle blasts and the lead zombie's head expels a spray of blood and brain fragments. Before the zombie hits the ground, you hear the bullet slide back on Uncle Lou's rifle and he's already firing again. Both undead soldiers have started up the path toward you, the straight legs hobbling up the incline like toy wooden men. The rifle fires again. The head of the left side soldier jerks back. Right between the eyes, Uncle Lou cheers. 40 points from me so far. You clutch your rifle and aim at the last remaining uniformed zombie. You pull the trigger. The soldier's head explodes from the top like a geyser. His neck snaps to the side and brain matter flies in a wide pattern over the tall grass. He collapses to the ground and does a rolling slide. Nice shot, says Uncle Lou. Looks like I got some competition. I've been thinking a lot about zombie genesis, Uncle Lou says. You mean zombie exodus? What did I say? Yeah, exodus. Been thinking a lot about it. Not for nothing, but staying in the cathedral ain't like the best idea. We need to get out and go to less populated areas. My cousin Vincenzo used to live in a small town near New Mexico, Silver City. I always liked the sound of that place. They said they have like 2,000 people in the whole town, and it's in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, best thinking of getting a truck, packing it up, and rigging it out to defend us from zombies and bandits, and heading that way. What do you think? Hey, if I want to go, but are you excluding Emma? God damn it, Chloe. Of course, I figure everyone will go with me. No reason to stay here. After round 1, as Uncle Lou calls it, the two of you sit and wait for more wandering dead to shamble by. In the distance overhead, carrion birds glide in circles, squawking and waiting for signs that their meals below are safe to consume. The midsummer air is crisp and clean, though the scent of the dead provides subtle accents. Uncle Lou lifts a canteen to his wide mouth and takes long sips, breathing out. After each mouthful, now is a good time to... he discusses plans. Well, I want to get a huge tractor trailer and rig it out with metal plates, guns, you name it. We'll pack up everything we got, no need to leave nothing behind. We need to get a good rig to handle the weight, so a new truck is best. There's a place north of Thompson's farm and a truck depot. We can look there for it. Uncle Lou leans over the car and looks through the telescopic scope. We need room for everyone inside since we're all going. Not leaving anyone this time. I mean, well, you know. Lou looks away from the scope and leans back. His face registers sorrow, and you think it may best to change the subject. Nah. Ask his feelings and other survivors? Think of the survivors you ask about. Let's go with Tom. It's real surprising the way he's acting. I don't know what he's got into him. One minute he's leading us all, the next he doesn't care if we live or die. All he wants to do is drink. Maybe you can talk some sense into him. He'll listen to you. Okay. What about Candace? Lately she's been surprising, wanting to do more around here, interested in the plans for the future. She used to be alone a lot, but now she's getting involved and been more social. I'm really proud of her. So am I. I'm very proud of her. I guess I'm going to end the conversation for now. Down the hill, a half-dozen zombies appear from the tree line. They trot over the dry road leading toward the cathedral, their rotted legs bending at sharp angles like circus freaks. Their high-pitched squeals shatter the calm of the afternoon. Wow, lots of targets, Uncle Lou says, and fires their rifle at the closest one. Even as the first is dead, Uncle Lou reloads the next round. A new group of zombies flows from the forest. Over a dozen now run up the hill, only 100 yards away. Uncle Lou has determined a look and brings down 2 more walking carcasses. Big heads of sweat roll off his nose. Big beads of sweat roll off his nose. You turn and fire a shot at the nearest zombie. As it goes down, you aim at another and bring her down. In the span of 10 seconds, you and Uncle Lou have brought down 5 undead. More appear on the road, another dozen at least. Holy mother o' God, where are they all coming from? We better get back to the cathedral. The two of you waste no time in retreating back to safety. The zombie numbers in the area are definitely rising, and had you been further from the cathedral, escape may not have been possible. Is this some prelude to zombie exodus? Back in your room, you think of possible tasks for the upcoming week. Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to improve my skills. Definitely going to be improving on my strength. Over the week, you spend 2 to 3 hours on strength building exercises. In addition, you work on specific chores to build your physique, such as chopping and hauling wood and other manual labor activities. Oh yeah, gotta get them muscles. Your strength has increased. Finally, after over a span of 10 episodes, we finally get more strength. With that task accomplished, how else do you spend your time this week? I'm going to improve another one of my skills. Nice. Okay, technical. I want to improve on technical. There is no shortage of repairs needed at the cathedral, and you become the resident maintenance specialist. Using manuals you find in the library, you perform all manners of improvements, including masonry, electronic, and construction tasks. Your technical skill has increased. The rest of your week is spent on common chores around the cathedral to aid in the well-being of the group. Excellent. Progress saved. Continuing. In the middle of the afternoon, you are walking through the gathering to scout dinner options when you hear Uncle Lou shouting from the sanctuary. Running into the old church, you spot him high on the catwalk surrounding the inner wall, a rifle in hand, face red and sweat pouring down his face. 4 armed men and women outside, he says, through a winded and hoarse voice. To me, they look like raiders who attacked us before. They are moving toward the hill and looking around, maybe trying to find a way in. No work has been done to improve the cathedral's defenses, so a full assault by the strangers would provide them entry with minimal effort. On a table in the center of the wall sit a few weapons and magazines and other assorted supplies. Okay. I don't know. Okay, well, to not make any stupid decisions, I am going to wait until I can continue this in another video, because I am out of time. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I really like this one. It was kind of a lot of action in it. It was really good. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that button down below. And, wait, hold on. If you want to play this game, there will be a link in the description if I can provide it. But thank you all so much for watching, and like always, I will catch you all in the next episode. Stay awesome. Bye.